Don't think it's added pressure because once you in the series, there's always pressure involved. Our duty is to go out and continue what we started against New Zealand. And last year we were in Bangladesh. We won the T20 and we won the Test and the One Day Series. We lost the only T20 there, so we're looking to better that on this trip.
Darren, any concerns going into the series? I mean, obviously you're on a high coming out of New Zealand, coming out of the World 2020. What concerns do you have going to Bangladesh for this kind of world?
Well, like I said, we just got to stay hungry. We can't keep thinking that because we won the World Cup, the T20 World Cup, that we've turned the corner. We still got to put in the hard work. All the stuff Coach Gibson has been trying to implement ever since he came on board. We got to keep working hard, and Bangladesh is always a difficult place for us or for any team, but we expected to beat them, so like I said, we just got to keep the momentum and do the things we've been doing for the last 6 months.
How do you guard against any complacency maybe coming in? Obviously Bangladesh are so lowly ranked, y'all are on a high, how do you guard against complacency, which obviously comes up?
Well, I think it's the mindset. If we go to Bangladesh and we put in all the hard work we've been putting throughout the last 2 years, where we were competing against the higher ranked teams and teams like New Zealand and the other, like when we won against them, if we continue in that same vein, we should be okay.
Coach Gibson, what's the game plan going into the series, especially with Moses Omisha?
Obviously it's a blow. Losing Rochi at this stage, he's been our best sort of bowler in Test cricket in the last 12 months. So it's a big blow for us. Fidel's come in, and we're very sure that Fidel is more than capable of doing a good job for us, as well as Ravi Rampal and Tino Best. So we go to Bangladesh looking to win. Of course, as the captain mentioned, we've had a pretty solid 2012 so far. We just want to finish 2012 on a winning note and keep ourselves. The aim is to keep trying to find ways to move up the table. Bangladesh, there's not a lot of points at stake in Bangladesh for us, because they're below us. You're playing for about 2 or 3 points, but our aim is to try and move ourselves up the rankings and try and break into the top 5 if we can within the next sort of 12 months if possible.
You had the last practice game at the 3 of these ovals, very friendly. How confident are you now in terms of their ability to face Spain moving into Bangladesh?
We had a good little workout against the high performance centers squad. There's some very talented cricketers in that, and for us this was just getting back into the groove of Test cricket, because we played the last Test cricket we had was in August. So it's a long time past between that format. So this was an opportunity for us to get back into the groove of things. We're still missing Shiv wasn't here. Obviously our premier batsman, best batsman in the world, I believe still. He isn't here. Chris Gale and Martin Samuels arrived late, so they were only here for yesterday. And it's just getting the guys back into hitting red balls, getting the mindset right. Obviously from the shorter format where you need to score to the longer format where you need to be a little bit more patient and stuff, and talking through all those different things, making sure that when we practice, guys are getting into the rhythm of batting for long periods in Test cricket.
She had mentioned Roach being ruled out and so on. Over the past couple of years, Fidel had a long-term problem. Ravi's been struggling with injuries. Quite a few of the fast bowlers have been hurt and so on. Is that a concern now? And obviously in the current climate of a lot of cricket, how do you manage such a workload? Do you have a rotation policy? What kind of plans do you have to?
I think you will remember last year during the regional tournament, we took the steps to ask regional boards to rest certain players who we felt needed a break. Rochi's situation is unfortunate because he's been on a very long break since England, I believe, since since New Zealand. You know, he reported that he had an injury. He got hurt playing for Maple some 3 weeks ago, but he didn't report it to anybody. When we started our fitness testing, then it came to light. He had a scan, and the scan shows he's got a tear in the tendon in his knee. You know, so there's a couple of things at stake here. I think you look at in the past, a lot of guys might have gone on tour with that injury, and then the injury happens in the first test or whatever. The team is a man short, and that player comes back home. We're trying to guard against that sort of stuff happening. You know, I'm making the thing a lot more streamlined, a lot more professional. So, unfortunately for Roche, he misses out. You know, but you look at the amount of cricket that's being played now, the T20, especially the T20, which is fast and furious. The one day, the tests, and a time will come. Not so much. I don't believe it is having certain people for certain formats, but being able to say to a player or to the original board, look, this player needs a break. He's been going for the last 12 months solid. He's bowled 120 overs or 200 overs in the last 2 months, and he needs a bit of a break. We give him a break. We put him on a strength and conditioning program that gets him back. And we're always thinking about the series ahead as well, you know. So it is a very, very you know, realistic possibility that we could do stuff like that in the future.
What about in terms of Test cricket? Obviously, how do you guard against players saying, you know, like a Malinga and say, like, I don't want to play Test, right? I want to play the 2020. Obviously, more lucrative 4 overs, you know, in an afternoon. It seems a lot easier. How do you guard against players?
I don't know. It's difficult, obviously, you know, because people, you know, there's so many different formats now, and people, I suppose, at the end of the day, have a choice, you know, and it's always up to the board to I believe, to guard the integrity of the sport, of the board itself, of the brand, the West Indies brand. So, you know, people will choose. I don't know. It's difficult because we have so many players now, and there's competition for players, which is exactly what any strong team, any strong organization needs. And you've seen that competition for players is starting to breed success. People know when they get in, they have to perform, because there's always somebody else waiting in the wings. You know, and it is a desire thing as well. Some people have a strong desire to play Test cricket. Some people have a strong desire to make money quickly and play T20 cricket and so on. And that is the nature of cricket that it is at the moment.
Sammy, the feeling in the team now in terms of going into the series, how is camaraderie with the team?
It's been good, you know. Obviously after the win, you know, those who watch on TV could see that we really played as a team. The team spirit, everything seems okay, but it's not only in the T20, it's something that's been shown for the last few years. You know, we've always had a good team spirit. Guys respect each other in the dressing room and stuff like that. So I just expect it to continue, and you know, hopefully the success of the T20 team could, you know, filter down into our Test and one-day cricket.
Speaking of T20s, do you think you guys are mentally ready now to make this switch from the shorter format to 5 days of cricket?
And we got to be, you know, we got a lot of experienced guys. You know, we see ourselves as professionals, and we have to be able to adapt to different formats of the game. You know, you guys, we had this camp here, like the coach said, to get prepared for Bangladesh and using the red ball again. So yeah, I think we're more than capable, more than ready to take on Bangladesh.
Darren, obviously you toured there a year ago. How much does that experience will benefit you for going on this tour?
It will. The HPC was just down there as well, and the success we had last year on that tour, you know, most of the guys are going back there again, so we know what we're gonna come against. Obviously they have a new venue, but it's still in Bangladesh, and we know what to expect. So I think the guys are pretty ready, and you know, I think we're in a good frame of mind. you know, we just, like I said, we just have to get guard against being complacent. Bangladesh is a team we've always respected, and we just have to go out and continue the work we started here against New Zealand in terms of winning matches and series.
Narayan wasn't there last year, was he? What impact do you think he can make in Bangladesh?
I think the pitches down there will suit him, similar to the Caribbean, if not more turn is expected in Bangladesh. So I could see him having a good series, but I know everybody, you know, is eager to go out and perform. You know, like the coach said, you know, the team is moving in a good direction, and we just have to keep that hunger, you know, and that same mentality we had, you know, playing for the Caribbean people. We also need to do it in tests and one day cricket. Have the fans at the forefront of our minds.
Otis, maybe you can comment on Narayan also. Obviously, coming into Test cricket in England, he hadn't had a lot of first-class cricket behind him, but it looked like if during these series against New Zealand, he started to warm to the task, started to understand Test cricket a bit. Do you see improvement in him in the longer format?
Yeah, for sure, and not only that, but he's a very fast learner, you know. So when he played his first Test match, it was on the back of very sort of limited first-class cricket. You know, he made his name in one-day international, and T20 cricket. You know, so bowling in one-day and T20 cricket is very different to bowling Test match cricket, and he had to learn how to bowl in Test match cricket, how to try and get wickets. England, obviously, alien environment for him. He wasn't at his most comfortable. When we came back to the Caribbean, we saw the real Narayan. Like the captain said, the wickets in Bangladesh will suit him. There will be some assistance there for him. When the ball is spinning, he's at his best, you know. And you saw also in the series against New Zealand, he started to go around the wicket, which again shows learning, you know. So we expect that he'll be a handful for us. You know, he's a match winner, certainly in the shorter format so far, and we believe that he'll be a match winner in the longer format as well.
And lastly, what are the main keys to securing a victory in Bangladesh in the Test series? What do you think?
Look, the captain said it before about being hungry, keeping our goals as a team in the forefront of our minds. So we know as a team, everybody knows, we've been preaching it. I've been preaching it for the last 2.5 years since I've been here, is moving up the rankings. So when we play, we don't just play for wins, but we play for ranking points as well. You know, so moving up the rankings, of course, batsmen take responsibility for runs, bowlers take responsibility for wickets, and the team in the end benefits in terms of achieving our goals and stuff like that. Everybody has a role to play. Everybody will be made aware of their role again when we get to Bangladesh. And you know, the success that we had there last year will be good for us. The HBC's team played at the new venue that we're going to be playing at. So I've had a good chat with the coach of the HBC already about that venue, what to expect, what the pitch is like and stuff like that. So we've certainly, as a support staff, from my side as a coach, try and cover all bases, make sure you get as much information as possible, and then give it to the guys as and when they need it, so that they can go and win the match for us. Okay.